Today's episode takes us into a start-stall 2018 Volkswagen Atlas with a 5-volt reference short. We pull fault codes P0642, sensor reference voltage A circuit low. We're going to dig through some service information and find the real cause buried in a corroded connector. Along the way, we're going to notice that the service information isn't always exactly as we would expect. We see some of it says voltage signal 5 volts, the other says voltage signal. These little discrepancies can throw you off pace, right? You can go down a rabbit hole because you think it's not related or you think it is related. But these are the things that we have to go through to learn. So sit back and let's dig in. So this Atlas supposedly has a reference voltage issue. They believe it's the 5 volts. They told me that they have like 2 volts. They've got codes for the accelerator pedal and the throttle body. The vehicle won't start unless they unplug the ECU, plug it back in, and we have a lot of codes here. Engine control module incorrect coding. I mean, there's a lot of codes here. What we're gonna have to do is clear some of these codes out. With the module done like this, the vehicle will start, but that's not correct, right? So I'm going to go ahead and plug that back in all the way. Now we see that they're lined up pretty well. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a quick erase, get rid of all these faults that are there. We can't deal with that. Far too many codes. This takes a long time, evidently, with this vehicle. Even with Autel, Volkswagen is slow. So we got 4 codes that are going to come back right away. As soon as this all cycles through, then we're going to go ahead and check that out. All right, sensor reference voltage A, circuit low. Lost columns with HVAC, lost columns with cluster, access start, no communication. I don't know why it's saying things like that. What else have we got? Data error received, data bus implausible, steering angle sensor, no initialization. It's because there was a battery disconnect. Heated rear window, lost columns with the HVAC module. I don't know. So there's a couple modules that have communication errors, steering angle, no initialization. But we're not going to mess with that. This is what we're going for. Sensor reference voltage A, circuit low. I'm going to attack that. If they want to do more, we'll do more. But we're going for this first. I will try and erase the codes one more time. So these communication codes are staying there. I don't understand why, but we're going to power off. Try and give it a start. And we're going to start stall. This is the complaint. We're going to start stall. Now, what did that say? Check coolant. Electronic stabilization control. Hill hold assist. Let's see. Let's run these other codes again. Another scan. See what we get. All right. Same codes. Brakes. Okay. So we have a data bus implausible, data bus error, so that's why we have that stability light. There is a problem with the CAN bus on here. We'll have to figure that out as well, I suppose. Maybe it is with the cluster. We'll have to check and see. But right now we have a sensor reference voltage A low. Let's take a look at the service information and see what that says. All right, so on the camera, the screen looks a little crazy. I hope that's not what's going on. Anyways, P0642, what do we get? Yeah, it gives us reference voltage. So 18 or 19. 9 of 2018. So it says, engine control module, 5-volt supply, voltage out of range. Analog output 1, supply voltage less than 4.62 volts for the criteria and threshold value. Component diagnostic procedure. Check for any sensor voltage codes and diagnose them first. If no other codes are set, replace the ECM. We do not see any other sensor voltage codes. We only see lost comms, and no communication to access start. Sensor reference voltage A. Now they swapped PCMs in this. Actually, they tried to have me program one, but it was failing the programming event. And I do believe that's because of that reference voltage A circuit, because that code was still there. And so were the no communication codes. So I was under the assumption that that was what's going on, but I could be wrong. I do not see any other reference codes. Now let's see if we go aftermarket, if it will give us our 5 volts on the diagram. Most likely it will not. Yeah, it doesn't give us anything. Fantastic, right? So what that means is that we're going to have to go OE for these, which Volkswagen OE diagrams are not that great on all data. But it's what we got to work with, so that's what we're going to do. All right, let's start finding some stuff that has 5 volts. Before I run around guessing about check this, check that, let's see if we can see some data. Data may reveal where we need to go, because they have complained about accelerator pedal and throttle. But according to the wiring diagram, those are on different circuits. So we're running out of battery power here. Come on. Coolant temperature at radiator, -54 degrees. Coolant temperature at radiator output. Coolant temperature at engine outlet. At radiator outlet, actual value. Specified value. Okay, actual, specified. Weird. Coolant temperature difference between engine and radiator, 33 degrees. Cruise control fault. Fuel temperature is 131. Where are we at? Where are we at? Intake manifold runner control offset 0 volts. Oxygen sensor 0.1. Throttle valve position 0.103. That seems a little low to me. We're going to go ahead and highlight both of these. Just running through data, primarily looking for voltage here. I don't care about PSI, percentage, temperature, foot-pounds, miles, control module distance driven, vehicle distance driven. We have a discrepancy here in mileage. Huh. Oh, that's the adapted angle. Yep, okay. Adaptation. Charge air, unconditioned voltage 0.13. Charge air, maybe that's something to do with it. Intake manifold runner control seems to be fine. Coolant temp seems to be fine. Temperature sensor for engine temperature management, -54 degrees. Those may not be equipped on this vehicle. Maybe that's what's going on. Knock sensor voltage is less than a volt. Fuel pressure sensor, we'll go with that. Charge air. And take manifold pressure raw value, PSI. Charge air pressure, 0.08. 0.5. I don't know what these voltages mean, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to get as many voltage sensors. I'm not getting them all, but trying to get as many as I can. Sorry, I tried to shake the vehicle. So that, you know, I will have my data. Because look at how much data there is to scroll through here. This is a lot. You can't just have all this listed. You gotta minimize this. You gotta pick out what you want. NOx sensor voltage. Oh boy, come on. This is a lot. All right, show selected. So we see charge air seems to be a problem. Again, charge air. I don't really like throttle adaptation, throttle valve position 1, or oxygen sensor bank 1 after catalytic converter. I mean, because why is it showing like so much? That would be rich. But maybe that's correct. I don't know. That's probably not. This probably doesn't matter. But throttle valve is 0.1. Let's check that out. So throttle valve is GX33. Let me turn the brightness up a little bit here. GX33. No, sorry. That's engine temperature control. GX3 is our throttle valve, and we have VS, voltage signal, is a gray and white. Let's find our gray and white, which is right here. Okay. Sorry, gray and white, like so. And we're going to take our fills probe, the magical probe, and we're going to go here, and we're going to do split screen. Because again, it's just so convenient to have both of these on one screen. So I put it on a 5-volt window, and then we're going to do 500 milliseconds per division. And we basically have nothing. I'm going to clean this up because it's extremely noisy for whatever reason. I don't know why. Clean it up. Give us a nice cleaner signal there to look at. And we see that that matches 146 millivolts, and it's saying 130 millivolts. I'm gonna wiggle test here. I see nothing happening. Okay, so what happens if we unplug our throttle position sensor here, or for the throttle body? We unplug it and the voltage does not change on the scope or on the scan tool. Extremely strange. So I wonder if we are shorted here. So what we're going to start doing is some wiggle testing and whatnot to see if we can figure out what's going on, because it doesn't look like the harness goes very far. So as I wiggle, I'm wiggling, I'm wobbling. I'm not seeing any change. Now the thing is that This is 0.005. Let me plug back in the throttle body and see if we get a reading. Oh, because I'm looking at the wrong thing anyways. Okay, 0.103. Sorry about that, guys. 0.103. I was looking at the oxygen sensor. Incorrect. It's 0.103 volts is what we have at the throttle body plugged in. Throttle valve position sensor 1. Now, apparently that's all that it can have. So position sensor 1, is it G88 or G187? Let's find out. Oh, it doesn't tell us. Fantastic. 188. Sensor 1 is 187. 187 is going to be the green wire. So let's go to our green wire right here. And the lab scope is darn near dead, even less. Now, if we go to our gray and red, which is G188, gray and red right here, same thing. We get nothing. So the key will be to stay on the white and gray. That is our signal wire, or voltage signal. Now, what do we find with voltage signal? Maybe it is 5 volts. So how are we going to figure that out? We're going to go to the accelerator pedal next, and we're going to find out what we see on the accelerator pedal. So GX2 is our accelerator pedal module. We're going to come over here to GX2 right here. We can see we have black and gray for our 5 volts, and we have yellow and green for our 5 volts. We're going to check both of those and see what we have. Black and gray, yellow and green. Now, I know you guys can see because this camera's awesome, but I can't. All right, went for the fills probe. Forgot my camera stand again. So, come on. Easy enough. And here we see that the exact same thing. We have no battery voltage, basically. All right, how much is it? It's the same, roughly. Oh, come on. That's 160, if you guys can see that. And if I switch over to the blue trace, I drop this down, 153, so it's basically identical. So this would be considered the same deal, okay? I am gonna check the black and gray. I wanna see what black and gray does. Which one is black and gray? Black and gray, as you can see, is the very last wire. Okay, we got onto the black and gray finally. And now we have 5 volts, as you can see. 482, whatever, it's 5. So bingo! We have now found out what's going on. Let's unplug the accelerator pedal and see if it fixes it, which I know it's not going to. Everybody else has already done this. Nope, did not fix it. Perfect. What we're now going to do is probably going to grab a third trace. I'm going to set up on this yellow, this green and yellow, to monitor that, and then we're going to go on the hunt. And we're going to begin to one by one unplug different sensors and see if we can figure out what's pulling this reference voltage down. So going back down, plan of attack. We're not doing the leak detection pump first. That's for sure. So anything with a VS could possibly be it. You see, I have to run back through this again. Sorry guys for this. All right, so GX34, charge air pressure control module. Now it shows a picture. What does the picture do? Control find, charge, whoops. Charge air pressure control module. Charge air pressure control module is number 2. G581 or V465, anyways, 2. Oh, it's on the rear of the engine. This is the vacuum pump. That's the vacuum pump. Okay, now I got my camera setting set back up. So we're just gonna have to go there first. Some way, somehow, let me figure it out. Oh, you can just see the top of it right there. It doesn't look too difficult. Oh no, you can definitely see. You can see it. It's not that difficult to gain access to. We'll unplug it. Charge air pressure, as you can see, is unplugged. And it did not fix the vehicle. We are still shorted. All right, so what's next? We've got G40 here, which has VS. And G40 is camshaft position sensor. Let me close out some of these other windows real quick. And when we go camshaft position sensor, we can right click this, open the tab, and it's going to give us control find, cam shaft position sensor G300. All right, let's see here. Cylinder, evap, where is it at? Camshaft, 13. Thirteen is right here. So we see that, let's unplug it. All right, we're unplugged. Or, sorry, the lock has been released. Let's see here. There we go. Now we are unplugged. Does that help? No, it does not help. No change in voltage. So that's not it. What's next? Back to the diagram. Now we have VS 5 volts, G336. G336 is intake manifold runner position. Let's find out where that's located. Here we go. Oh, same diagram we were just on. You can actually exit out of that one. Shrink this one. Let's find it. Intake manifold runner control valve. Runner position sensor 22 G336. 22. Let's see what we find here. 22. Right here. So that looks like it may be under the intake manifold. Right here like so. Okay. Gonna use my fill probe to pull. And unfortunately, that did not fix our voltage. Okay. Darn it. Sure would have been nice. We'll leave it unplugged for now. Wiggle test ain't helping either. Who's next? G247, right? VS5. G247. Who are you? Fuel pressure sensor. Let's see if that's on this page. Fuel pressure regulator valve. Did I skip it? Fuel pressure sensor. Don't see it. Fuel pressure sensor. We're going to right click, open link in new tab. Pressure sensor 2.0. I believe is what we're looking at. Let's see here. Whoops. Fuel pressure sensor G247. Right? G247. Oil pressure. Fuel pressure sensor G247. Perfect. 12. Where's 12? Oh, directly under the intake manifold. Now there must be something else that we can do for that. G247, we have TMOR, right? TMOR, coupling point on engine, top right, ground supply via the housing. So when they say top right, how are they meaning? Because I see a connector here. I need to see what color these wires are that we're dealing with. So we got red and green, which would be pin number 1 on this particular connector, as well as red and purple, or green and purple. Sorry. So pin number 1 right there is what color? Three is empty, or 5. 5 is a green. It's green and yellow. 6, 7 is something in white. 7 is black and white. So that is our connector. Let's unplug that. We can see here pin 7 is black and white or black and gray. So that's it. We're going to unplug it. Okay. No voltage change. So that just eliminated all of those sensors for us. And it didn't help. Terrible. Move on to the next one. Right? This includes our NOx sensors, which did have issues. Now we see voltage signal, voltage signal, voltage signal to G300 and G28. Engine NOx sensor, camshaft position sensor 3. Okay, I didn't know there was a sensor 3. So is there a big massive connector in between? No, there's not. So we're going to go to these. Okay. What was the numbers? G300 and G28. Engine speed sensor. I think I know where that's at, but why not open it up? Engine speed. So where's it at? Engine speed sensor, G28, number 7. 7 is way down here. Way down here. There's no way to unplug it. Give me just 1 second. Let me turn this, let me get something going here. Okay, GX33 has 5 volts. GX33 is engine temperature control module. We try to find that. Engine temperature control module is number 8, GX33. Number 8 is like on the thermostat or a thermostat or whatever it is, water pump, I'm not sure. So we pulled off the lower skid plate. Now the tech is going to go ahead and pull that sensor. Go ahead, bro, whenever you're ready. Yep, that's it. It's fixed. Bingo. You said it was leaking coolant, right? Leaking coolant? Corrosion?
You can get down.
Okay, now I'm sure you guys can see this pretty well. But there is a little bit of green crusty on there, just that tad bit. There's enough to pull it down. So we should be able to put everything else back together and start this vehicle up and it stays running. Okay, here we go. Go key off and we're going to start it up. And we got a runner. This vehicle's fixed.
And just like that, 5 volts restored, engine starts, and the mystery solved. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment with your toughest diagnostic you've experienced. If you know anybody who might enjoy this content, please share it. Alright, we'll see you in the next one.